Like I mentioned, Robot Jox was originally supposed to be released in early 1989, but in the meantime, Empire Pictures collapsed, putting the movie in limbo. Eventually, the rights were bought up by Triumph Pictures, who gave the movie a theatrical release in November 1990, where it earned just $1.3 million, way below its production budget. But of course, it went on to become a staple of video stores and cable TV showings for the rest of the decade, eventually getting a cult following. By that point, Charles Band had already formed a new company, Full Moon, where he discovered his real fortunes didn't lie in making movies about giant things, but rather tiny ones. Despite bombing at the box office, Robot Jox did end up becoming kinda influential in its own way. It was one of the first live-action Western movies to show giant robots fighting each other, something that would end up becoming popular many years later with the Michael Bay Transformers series. Charles Band also made two kinda, sorta, not really sequels with Crash and Burn and Robot Wars. Plus, Guillermo del Toro must have rented this one at the video store too, since Pacific Rim shares a lot of similarities to it, to the point where Stuart Gordon said he got deja vu watching it. The main thing going against it is you can really see the clashing tones going on between what Gordon and Haldeman both wanted for the movie. For example, there are some interesting touches about the post-apocalyptic world, like suggestions most of the population can't read and various posters encouraging people to have kids and repopulate the Earth, but because the movie's only 85 minutes long, none of them get developed very much. Also, while some actors play their roles pretty seriously, characters like Tex and Alexander are so over-the-top and stereotypical they seem straight out of a G.I. Joe cartoon. And don't even get me started on the romance subplot between Achilles and Athena, which is just kinda awkwardly shoehorned in and doesn't even really go anywhere. So the movie's definitely got some problems, but it also has a lot going for it. The giant robot fights are fun in all their stop-motion animated glory, and even if Paul Koslow's Alexander is basically a cartoon villain, he is still pretty fun to watch. Overall, this one seems like it was pretty much destined to be a video store or late-night cable TV staple. It's the kind of movie you watch at home with some friends when you're in the mood for some dumb giant robot fight.